So Trump has created a conspiracy theory again on California fires, and the right, the base, ultra mega base, like a show in particular that I watched. There's a guy that actually lives here in this area named Jimmy Dore, and I think most of the people on the show are related to this area. So, I mean, they're not. They've lived here for over a decade. We'll put it like that. They're spreading the same conspiracy theory that mysterious fires spread like never before and it's never seen. And they're calling it some kind of democratic attack that they're whatever the hell they are. They're what they are. But this is hilarious. So I'm watching. This is Sopranos season 6, episode 2. If you notice at the bar, you see the TVs in the back? Well, they'll show you right now a close-up. But guess what those TVs are showing? Wow. Oh my gosh, such a crazy conspiracy. I've never, ever, ever seen fires in Malibu. It's funny because one time I remember when I worked at DreamWorks as a caterer, the studio in the Glendale area, that there was a big, way bigger than I think it was. Whatever this is, it was bigger. It took like the whole coast, and the reason it stood out to me was the guy that ran the studio that I worked for, Jeffrey Katzenberg. He got flack from the entire, I don't know, everybody, his community, all these rich people and emergency workers. Because in the midst of that event, he hired, that was a perfect time because I needed light. He hired, he hired his own private fire team just to protect his property. And people were pissed. They were like, his rich neighbors too. You gotta understand, because this was a very, very mean-spirited, greedy act of hubris, and he got a lot of flack from it. And that was actually what you want to call it, I guess, gossip or murmuring throughout the staff in the studio. And at that time too, that's another thing too, is he used to drive just a Prius. He just drove a Prius by himself. But that's when he started, if I'm not mistaken, that's also when one of the few times or periods of time where he relied more routinely on his helicopter to deliver him to the studio and get home. Yeah.